Hello, everybody. Welcome to Action Theater Presents. Today's feature will be Hardcore Henry from 2015. I'm sure the good YouTube Ronin Mr. Deleted Scenes has the synopsis ready for us.
All right. The synopsis reads as follows. Henry is resurrected from death with no memory, and he must save his wife from a telekinetic warlord with a plan to bioengineer soldiers. This comes to us from Ilya Nyschuler, who is the director of Nobody. And film stars Charlton Copley in several different
Rolls.
characters. Haley Bennett as well as Tim Roth. So, yeah, and a cameo. Film runs 96 minutes. It's pretty much straight through action. I call this a Jason Statham movie crossed with a first-person shooter video game.
All right.
And we will need the Cosme link in the chat there.
Yeah. There you go.
Of course, there we go. The Cosme link should be pinned to the top of the chat right now. Of course, remember to stay to the end of the film, and you'll get the trivia section. I do want to remind everybody that due to YouTube's copyright guidelines, we cannot air this film live. Think of what we do as a commentary on a DVD. This film is readily available. It is on physical media, which we highly recommend.
This movie basically is it's a video game.
It basically
It's a video. It's a video game played out in first. Like it's like so familiar with so many video games that are out on the markets today. So buckle up. It's a quick ride, but it's fun. Just waste no time. Open to suggestions. FKHC 2005. Film noir. I don't know too many. If Dick Tracy is in that film noir, yeah, I could do Dick Tracy with an all-star cast, including Madonna.
Also to Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube, Cardi Clark. And here are our three bullies here we open on. Henry is a young man. And we get our Tim Roth cameo as Henry's father.
This is a fever dream for the liberals, that what they want to do to us. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I couldn't resist. Mm-hmm. Hail to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, saying Happy Thursday. Hello, everyone.
I was about to say, hell, that's good. That's good news to wake up to. And, this is our telekinetic villain, Akon.
Basically, he's like 11 or.
Well, 11 if 11 was played by like a guy who thinks he's Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah. This guy's freakily albino and weird.
Yeah.
The dude's a psychopath.
Yeah, my God almighty. Okay.
They're in a Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm. Hey, asshole, I'm new to this. Ow.
Like the whole film is mostly from Henry's perspective. This is such a video game movie if I've ever seen one. Very funny, FKH. Sometimes known as Tim.
And of course, here we get the first of the Jimmies, who are all played by Shelter Copley.
Who I think is also Henry. Charlie, what was Chaplin? So. If anybody knows analog stereo systems, those are the type of jacks we jacked into to listen to our records and cassettes from old stereos that we had in our homes. I still have some of those. Yes, technically he is FKH. Ha 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 ha. Very funny, Tim. Bye, Jimmy. Get down! Run away! Run away! Run away! It's a killer rabbit! Oh yeah, there's a lot of parkour.
Oh yeah.
Henry does a lot of parkour in this film. It's Jimmy the drunk.
Yep. Jimmy number 2. A pair of pliers and a cell phone. That's all you need. That's all you need. Oh, Jimmy, you're on fire, man. You're on fire, man. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll, man. I am having a very bad day. Already I have been tossed out of a dirigible. I have been shot at. My wife has been kidnapped. Spies everywhere shooting at me. I'm in a bad goddamn mood.
Your contact person has been eliminated.
Yep. Yeah, I suppose that could be the case. Or not.
I can't believe you went there, Tim. Tim, you need help, man. But yeah, she's a pretty horrible person. I mean, pretty stupid. Celebrities and artists should just keep their mouths shut. I'm sure it's worth a 3 minute Stephen Otten deleted scenes rant, maybe possibly Sunday or sooner. You never know.
Yeah, maybe.
Get him, Henry. Who needs a ladder when you got parkour? You lost your face. I don't think so, dude. Your kinks are weird though. Yeah, he's trying to be the guy from Clockwork Orange. Well, welly, welly, well, well.
Ow. Hello to Real Wade Nation Gaming Recap. Here we go. Ha! Straight through. Ah. No passengers. Speed kills, Peaches. Don't
You
fall on
got
that.
something. You got something stuck in your eye.
Oh, hi, honey.
She's lying to you, Henry. That's the American pastime, you idiot. You broke his toy.
And they got a tank.
They have a tank.
They don't call him Hardcore Henry for nothing, guys.
Nope. Ouch. Henry go for a fall. Giddy up! He's not a very good rider. Henry, you gotta learn to ride a horse at one time in your life. Oh, oh,
And that's how that Jimmy wound up a cripple. Yeah. You're the new Mark 13 cyborg. Under my skin.
This is funny.
Problem. Welcome, Optic Love. Meanwhile, Sid Vicious. So much like a tutorial. I'm really serious. Bam! There we go.
I said it. This plays out exactly like a video game.
It does, yeah.
It's exactly like so many RPG games that I've played.
Parkour. slow motion double tap into air. Mm. Hey, that guy was already up there. Acon's headquarters. We're out of Jimmy's.
That's nasty, man.
And here we go.
Oh! I like how his eyes get all covered and then he's got. I gotta wipe it off. Yeah.
I hurt.
And I love the use of Queen.
Power up.
Here we go. Don't
Stop
me
me
now.
now. Stop.
Having a good time.
Having a good time. They call him Mr. Fahrenheit. Supersonic man out of you.
Oh, that was good. He's like a mad puppeteer, kind of. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you pretending to have a big dick when you have a tiny one? What a pretty dumb question.
Little. Not today, Satan. Uh-huh. Malcolm McDowell, son of a bitch bastard. How do you like that, huh? Yeah. Holy smokes, it is actually raining men. Come back here. Fatality. It was easy.
You're a lousy wife. You cheated.
Whoops. Bye bye, baby. It would never have worked out between us, darling.
Consider it the divorce. Bye, honey. And it ends right there.
Yeah.
So that was Hardcore Henry. It's a all-around fun movie for all. Kind of shut your brain off and enjoy the action. Nothing big, easily forgettable in 3.2 seconds. But it is a lot of fun. I mean,
Yeah.
you're getting what, 90 minutes of fun, fun-filled video game movie. Well, I think we can consult the scrolls. That's the carnage count, 234. My
Something like
God.
that. Yeah. All right. Hardcore Henry was released in the United States on April 8th, 2016. Estimated budget $2 million, going on to gross over $16 million worldwide. Was nominated for Best Action Movie at the IGN Summer Movie Awards, and won the Midnight Madness People's Choice Award at the Toronto International Film Festival. The camera used throughout the film is a GoPro Hero 3 Black Edition. Digital Intermediate 2K Master Format, Spherical Source Format, DCP Printed Format. Alternate titles in other countries were Hostile, Hardcore, and Hardcore Mission Extreme. The screenplay was completed July 22nd, 2013. Filming began July 27th, 2013. Post-production November 2nd, 2014. And was originally released, I believe it was like a film festival type thing, at February 12th, 2015. Filming locations include Moscow, Russia, of course, Moscow International Business Center, Kalesian Tverskaya Oblast, Russia, Jimmy's Apartments in the Abandoned Building, and Los Angeles, California. On to the trip. Film was shot entirely with GoPro Hero Black action cameras. Crowdfunding was used additional funds during post-production. Before this, writer-director Ilya Naishuller made several music videos for his Russian punk band Biting Elbows. The videos were shot in the same style, fast-paced, first-person perspective. Film premiered as Hardcore at the 2015 Toronto International Film Festival, September 12, 2015. It became one of the most popular movies at the festival and led to a bidding war among Lionsgate, Universal, and STX Entertainment. Ultimately, STX acquired the worldwide rights, including a wide release commitment for $10 million, becoming the studio's first festival acquisition. It was then retitled Hardcore Henry for its domestic release. This was Ilya Naishuller's feature directorial debut. Cameo, Darya Cheruska as a dominatrix biker. Sharlto Copley called this film the most challenging of his acting career. The video game Payday 2 had a cross-promotion before the movie's release. It came with heists relating to the film's plot, along with a new playable Jimmy character and new weapons. A poster for the game can be seen on the wall of one of the apartments where Slick Dimitri is found, and Jimmy's mask from the game can be seen in the drawer with the weapons in the strip club. Production company Rooster Teeth teamed up with Sharlto Copley and director Ilya Naishuller, along with some of the film's crew, to make a Don't Talk or Text PSA for the Alamo Drafthouse theater chain. There's a Left 4 Dead video game poster in one scene. The movie is shot very similarly to the gameplay style of this game, which is first person. It also includes posters from video games Half-Life, Super Hot, and Payday 2, which has a Hardcore Henry themed DLC, and movies It Follows and District 9, which Sharlto Copley also starred in, and many others. Yeah, there are scenes in this movie that are lifted straight out of Left 4 Dead. Trust me, I've played the game, I know. The rooftop battle in particular is very similar to the scene on the hospital roof in Left 4 Dead. Henry was played by 10 different stuntmen and cameramen, including director Ilya Naishuller. He was originally played by Russian stuntman camera operator Sergei Valiev, but the camera rig eventually caused him severe neck pain. Andrei Dementiev was next to play the role, who also suffered neck pain and lost a tooth after being struck by a stuntman. When Danilin and Kolovsky and Shostakovich talked directly to Henry, Valiev and Dementiev wore shades to prevent the actors or actresses from looking at them instead of the camera. One of the movie posters in the film is Lady in the Lake, the first feature film shot entirely in first-person POV. It's generally considered a flop. Although I would say go back and see it for what it is. It's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's a Philip Marlowe kind of film noir. We were talking about film noir earlier. Lady in the Lake's a film noir. It's a Philip Marlowe mystery actor named Robert Montgomery plays Marlowe in that film. I think he directed the movie as well. Jared Leto, Samuel L. Jackson, and Neil Blomkamp got a special thanks in the credits. A Blender, an open source software package, was used for most of the visual effects. Concept for the film came from the Bad Motherfucker and Stampede music videos that director Ilya Naishuller made with producer Sergei Valiev and for his band Biting Elbows, which were also shot with a GoPro from the first-person perspective. The very first trailer for this movie was posted on YouTube and labeled as just hardcore in 2014, 1 year before they announced the official trailer. In an early scene, Henry climbs up the outside of a building to get into an apartment. In the apartment, you can see the posters for a few famous PC video games: Half-Life, Payday 2, and Left 4 Dead. Poster a Colt government model 1911 in his right hand and a Sig Sauer 1911 in his left hand. Partially funded with Indiegogo.
Wow. That's cool.
Yep. Filmed with GoPro Hero 3 cameras mounted on a specially made mask designed by Sergei Valiev. I'm probably getting all these Russian names wrong, folks. Bear with me. Who called it the adventure mask and stabilization systems that used either electronics or magnets created by director of photography. Anyway, between the electronics and the magnet stabilization systems, Ilya Naishuller chose the magnets as he felt they best resembled natural head movement. Russian bodybuilder Alexei Karas played one of the obedient, muscular cyborgs that were created to be perfect soldiers. Played Cyborg number 9, but is credited as a stuntman. This was also his film debut. About 3 years before the ads for this film were released, a crew member had posted a 40-second clip from an action sequence to 4chan. The sequence looked convincing as a helmet cam of a soldier in a firefight blended in with other war clips in the thread. Akon, claiming that 100,000 baseball bats were sold in Russia compared to 50 baseballs, is actually true, though the apparent numbers are skewed closer to 500,001. Both the writer-director Ilya Naishuller and Shostakovich said to Tech Radar that they would be willing to make a sequel. Naishuller said, "I have an album." Both Sarto and I like to make a second one. It'd be much quicker. It may not be 3 years this time. It may be 2 years and 6 months, he continued. People are going to download it or pirate it. If you want an opinion on it, especially if you're a gamer, the question is whether people would turn up to the cinema to watch it. Better do it fast.
Yeah.
Especially if the Netflix deal goes through. When the movie was screened in Spain during the Fanter Film Festival in 2017, which was hosted in the theater, a spectator in an upper balcony got dizzy while watching the film, toppled against the balustrade, and almost fell down.
Oops.
Even though he plays a Brit, Salto Copley is actually South African. 3 Akon mercenaries burst into the lab at the beginning of the film were played by actual Russian SWAT personnel, as Ilya Naishuller wanted the mercenaries to look believable the first time the audience sees them. The scene where Henry finds a horse and attempts to ride it was originally planned to have Henry ride it out, only for the horse to be attacked by rabid dogs and Henry having to euthanize it. This was changed as Western audiences weren't likely to have found it amusing. No.
No. Yeah. We would have hated that.
Yeah. The tone of the film was originally intended to be much more serious, but as the concept of a 90-minute long first-person action film was already asking a lot from audiences, it was decided to go with a much more offbeat and humorous tone.
Comical was the right choice.
Yeah.
That was certainly the right choice.
Okay. Here we go. Weapons used by Henry throughout the movie. A Luger P08, Makarov PM, Smith & Wesson 5904, Taurus PT92AF, a Tokarev TT33, Walther P88 Compact, Zaraki 95, Smith & Wesson Model 629, Fort 500 variant shotgun, Mossberg 500 Cruiser, AK-74M, AK-103 with an underslung GP-30 grenade launcher, AK-104, AKMS outfitted with a sniper scope with a 10-round magazine, quad-rail handguard bipod, and a PBS-1 suppressor, AKS-74U, a handheld minigun, PKM, aka Big Sally, Milcor MGL MK1L, ICS 191 GLM airsoft replica, F1 hand grenade, and an URGN training hand grenade. Okay. In short, pretty much everything the Russians have.
Yeah.
When Henry attempts to mount a horse in the field, the music playing is the theme to The Magnificent Seven by Elmer Bernstein. Haley Bennett, who plays Estelle, starred in the 2016 remake.
Yep.
And everybody thought she was Jennifer Lawrence.
I can see that. I can see that.
The rooftop during the finale is laid out much in the same way as the hospital rooftop in Left 4 Dead, as I brought up earlier.
Yeah.
In the chase scene, Henry manages to stop Slick Dimitri by throwing a bottle of champagne at him. Later in the movie, Slick is seen drinking champagne in a expository video Jimmy demonstrates. When Henry retrieves some pistols from a drawer, you see a skull mask made out of duct tape. While not used in the movie, Jimmy wears it by default as a playable character in the video game Payday 2. During the lab fight scene, a character named Sarge is seen firing a PPSH-41 at an angle, which is how real soldiers would due to the shell ejector being straight up, which could lead to hot brass flying towards the user and falling in clothes. You can't have that. Writer-director Iliana Schuler admitted that he took inspiration from the No Mercy Hospital Left 4 Dead finale for this film's finale. Yes, yeah, again, we've said. The security guard whose nose Henry squeezes with pliers is Sergei Chernov. He is the lead singer of the Russian band Leningrad. At the beginning of the movie, we can barely see Henry's father. At the beginning of the movie, you can briefly see Henry's father has a snake tattoo on his arm. Henry has similar tattoos. At the premiere, one audience member complained of queasiness before throwing up a kilogram of half-digested popcorn onto the back of Shanto Copley's head. Oh my god. Oh. Yike. The punk rocker Jimmy is dressed up the same as the punk gracing the cover of Sunset Overdrive. The painfully shy, awkward geek Jimmy wears the same outfit that Vicus does in District 9. When testing out some voices to give to recently revived Henry, one of them is Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Obviously. In the opening scene in which Henry's arm is replaced, this new appendage is extremely similar to the one in No, I can't pronounce that. The lab is nearly identical, and this still looks quite a lot like Doc in her lab coat. I guess it's a video game or something. I don't know. The sequence where Jimmy dances with all of his clones to demonstrate he can remotely control them is very similar to a scene with similar circumstances in Gamer, even down to the same music. When Henry breaks into Slick Dimitri's hideout, The first room he enters has tons of posters for all sorts of different movies and games, like District 9, It Follows, Super Hot, and more. And a bit of a twist, Super Hot based two of its levels. It's a bad motherfucker music video and was the spiritual prequel of Hardcore Henry. Also among the posters is the 1947 film The War Lady in the Lake, which itself was filmed entirely from the first person perspective. Also counts as lampshade hanging that the concept of a POV cam film is much older than they think. There's also one for Payday 2, which did a crossover with the movie and has Jimmy as a guest fighter. After Henry brutalizes the rapist cops, despite Gilly Jimmy's insistence of not getting involved, Jimmy sarcastically tells him, "Nice job, Charlie Bronson," referencing both the actor's most famous role as vigilante Paul Kersey in what? Anyway, it's supposed to reference Death Wish, obviously. But it goes off on a tangent, and I'm going to cut that in half a bit. Jimmy's hideout is basically the Chernobyl level from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. We're introduced to this while Jimmy is in the form of Captain McMillan, complete with stoic, gruff demeanor and ghillie suit, given that two of his other forms are World War II era Brit soldier and a thickly accented badass with the big mohawk. He comes off as a big nod to Call of Duty series on a whole, but puts a nasty spin on the presentation of a trapped, crippled nerd living a vicarious existence through a bunch of badass avatars. Having the Stell's lab attack just before Henry's voice module can be installed isn't just a meta excuse to play the heroic mime trope straight. Akon deliberately timed it that way to ensure that all of the cyborg super soldiers that follow Henry will be mute automatons, the best type of disposable super soldier for illegal activities. Director cameo. Elian Eichschuler plays Timothy. Estelle's colleague who gets his gut and throat slashed later. He's the mercenary that hippie Jimmy simultaneously tortures for info and gets high on ganja. The scene in which Henry slides down an escalator and knocks a woman violently to the ground wasn't planned. An extra was standing in the wrong place. She was a stunt woman, so she knew how to fall. After the take, she reportedly popped up and asked if they'd gotten the shot. Good for her. When asked which stunts were the most difficult to film, Sharto Copley cited elbowing a man out of a moving vehicle while driving, and director Elian Eichschuler described the escalator scene. That was the last sequence shot in a late production reshoot after Eichschuler concluded that the shot was too dull and needed something extra. According to Sharto Copley, the stuntmen were so impressive that the only injuries among the cast and crew were 5 stitches and 1 chipped tooth. The Wilhelm scream. When Henry throws a grenade at one of Akon's soldiers during the battle in Jimmy's lab at 1 hour and 8 minutes and 5 seconds. While the movie doesn't explain how Akon got his telekinetic powers, there is a comic prequel to the film. STX Entertainment 2016 Ultimate Fan Edition called Hardcore Akon. Basically, Akon was born to a woman fleeing Pripyat, Ukraine in the morning of the Chernobyl reactor meltdown. The radiation burned the melanin out of his skin, eyes, and hair, which is why he's an albino. A scientist stopped and rescued him to raise as his own child after the woman died from a poisoned anti-radiation pill given to her as part of a cover-up. Flash forward to Akon's college years, and his powers manifest either due to the radiation itself or the experimental treatments his adopted father used to save him from cancer. After finding out the truth from his adopted father, Akon kills him with a ceiling fan, murders the board of directors of his father's company, and takes over for himself. And this is according to them, but I know it's kind of BS. Total number of on-screen deaths is roughly 211. It's actually closer to like 234, but okay. Close enough. It's over 200, guys. And the rooftop scene is probably half of them.
Yeah.
The film sets up a potential sequel during the end credits. While they're still rolling, a beep from an answering machine is heard and a message comes on. It's Jimmy. The message says, "Hello, Henry. Well, if you're hearing this, there's one more thing I need you to do." As of 2025, no official announcement of a sequel has been made. At this point, Nishuler himself considers it unlikely. I wouldn't give up on that. I wouldn't mind seeing the sequel, to be honest. The ringtone on a mobile phone given to Henry is "I've Got You Under My Skin." This is the same song that Jimmy performs as his surreal dance routine later in his laboratory. There are actually 2 instances where audiences get to see Henry's face. Okay, the first is the Slick Dimitri scene. The actor playing Slick Dimitri scene is in fact one of the actors who plays Henry. And at the end, right before Henry's father speaks to him, the face reflected in the glass is Henry. This is confirmed because after his father's speech, Henry can be seen faintly smiling before going to fight Akon. One idea was for Henry to find out that Estelle is evil about 2/3 of the way through the film from Jimmy. Henry would then angrily remove his wedding ring and throw it off a balcony. Eli Nishuler decided not to have that part in the film. But shooting-wise, Henry can be seen on the balcony without his wedding ring. Ilya joked that someone would point this out and add it to the IMDb trivia, which would make him supposedly shoot himself in the foot. Well, don't do that. Alright.
Yeah, probably not recommended.
No. After the body scan at Jimmy's lab, Henry is shown to still have his original ribcage, spine, pelvis, and at least one major limb. However, he continually shrugs off punishment that should have shattered those bones to dust. In most extreme instances, the fall from the helicopter should have killed him. Jimmy took out a tracking device that Akon planted inside Henry's left wrist, which is why Estelle gave him the cyborg arm in the first place, foreshadowing her allegiance to Akon. While escaping the lab, Henry sees Estelle's failed experiments, frozen human corpses, and wondered why she kept them. All of the failed cyborgs are missing their left leg, which likely means they were to be uploaded with Henry's memories. Their first memories would be their wife screwing on a new leg and saying she loves them. It's easy to miss Henry's first set of clothing, but through dirt and grime, it is clearly a white jumpsuit, foreshadowing the ending. As it turns out, this is standard clothing for the rest of Akon's cyborg army. In the video, Jimmy shows Henry his first attempt at Akon's cyborg soldiers. He mentions the almost fully lobotomized cyborgs might have a possible issue with, quote, emotional motivation, an issue Akon has been using Henry's recorded experiences of rescuing his wife to address. After Jimmy removes Henry's memory block, he warns Henry that the only memories he can trust are the ones hidden behind a blocker, foreshadowing the ending where it's revealed that everything about Estelle being Henry's wife was a lie. Akon mentions that he's got Estelle dolled up and held captive in a van. She is. But she's been wearing the same red-on-black palette that Akon wears for most of the movie. Even in the opening scene, she's wearing black high heels in the laboratory, foreshadowing that she's not really the scientist she says she is, and giving her a visual connection to Akon. At the start, Henry nearly falls out of the airship lab, and Estelle pulls him back. At the end, Henry refuses to help Estelle back into the helicopter. During the hotel siege, Sniper Jimmy says to Henry that he counted 6 vans, which means at least 36, and that they need to cut them down to half before they enter the hotel. If you count each individual shot and the on-screen deaths caused by Punk Jimmy, the number of soldiers killed is 18, half of 36. The chessboard pieces represent the characters' roles and positions in the scene, putting Estelle as the Black Queen, Akon is the Black King, and Henry is the White Pawn, foreshadows that he's being played by the both of them. Alright. That is it.
The scrolls are closed?
The scrolls are closed.
Cool. Wow. We're gonna have to find something good for next week. Got. I know I got Cobra. I got Cobra. But I think didn't Al just do Cobra?
Yeah, why not? Theatrical edition or the longer cut?
This is the director's.
Nice.
I think I think it's the director's. No, this one's the theatrical one. The length of time on this one is 1 hour 27.
Yeah, that's the theatrical edit. All right. Do you want to say hello to a couple of people who joined us a little bit late into the game? Daniel's Hot Topics. Gambit the First is also with us.
Yeah.
Right on. All right, so Cobra next week then?
Yeah.
Right on.
At regular time.
Cool. That, of course, our regular time, 4:30. Thursday, 4:30 Eastern, Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
And of course, remember that we will be coming back with Western Cinema Presents on the 15th. We're going to take Super Bowl Sunday off.
Yep.
So, because of course you're going to be covering that.
Yep.
Most of it, I would think, probably not the halftime part, but
yeah, no.
Yeah, I think you'll be skipping halftime. Yeah.
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 I didn't even know who that fellow was until they announced it, and then they're staying with him. But there's an alternative halftime show that's being held somewhere else with Kid Rock and.
Indeed, yeah.
I've heard so. That'll be the better one, but.
Yep.
That's about all I got coming up for I might do a precursor watch party. I was thinking maybe doing a double feature on Saturday, maybe. I was thinking the Necessary Roughness and Replacements, two good football movies. You know. So that's about it. That's what I got coming up. You got coming attractions later?
Yes, I do. That's going to be at 11 p.m. Eastern. Let's see. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m., I'm going to be joining Big Al Presents for Films with Friends. This week's movie is Megaforce. 1982. We're going to watch Megaforce. It's going to be fun. Relax. Hey, it was good. I liked it when I was 9. Might still be good. Anyway, yeah, that'll be the film tomorrow night. And, yeah, and of course, stay tuned later on tonight for coming attractions, and you'll get to find out what I'm going to be doing in the next week or so.
Cool.
And, as I always say at the end of every show, from HQ, our second home office in Arizona, and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night, take care, stay strong, be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.
And as I always say, be excellent. to each other. Party on, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good evening, folks.